Mickey's Audition is a really fun idea. It's a little consistent at times, which I'll talk about in a moment, but generally I had a lot of fun with this, particularly the wheel. This was released in 1992. It was actually for the Disney and MGM studios, and it's supposed to represent Mickey Mouse auditioning for Disney, and we see him. I won't spoil it too much, but we get to see Steamboat Willie from Mickey's perspective. I've already mentioned the wheel, and that bit I thought was very cleverly done. And we do get to see the majority of this as Mickey approaches the auditions and looks at the various people involved in the auditions through Mickey's eyes. We see his arms stretching out in front of him, and that's all well and good, but every now and then it'll cut to somebody else's perspective and we'll see Mickey Mouse. And it doesn't do that enough that it feels like we have multiple people's perspectives, but it does it every now and then. And obviously, the point of that is so we can see Mickey Mouse, but it does it in a way that it does it so inconsistently that it just felt unusual, out of place, really jarring. And I'd say across the whole 5 minute thing, it maybe does it, I don't know, 5 or 6 times. I haven't counted, but that's roughly about that. And it just kind of pulls us out of it too much. So they should have just maybe not had it from Mickey's perspective, even though the Steamboat Willie bit was particularly great from Mickey's perspective, or just had it from his perspective and maybe had him looking in, say, a mirror so we could see him or his own reflection in something. That would have been pretty cool. But it is still a really fun idea having Mickey auditioning for this role, and there are various famous faces in this, quite a few. I won't name them because that's part of the fun of, working out or enjoying these famous faces as they appear throughout it. But I will say that Walt Disney is played by somebody pretty great. There are various other famous faces that made it quite special. If you're a Disney fan or a Mickey fan, it's absolutely worth watching. It is very sweet. It's a really fun idea and generally works quite well. I just feel like the balance of cutting between Mickey's point of view and somebody else's perspective just didn't quite work. But other than that, it's pretty great. Directed by Rob Minkoff. Really enjoyable. Not perfect, but definitely worth watching if you're a Disney fan.